Good afternoon. Like and subscribe if you agree with the content. Of course, if you do not agree with the content, then do not like and subscribe. Now understand this. This is a time of rejoice for African Americans and people of African origin around the world. We are of the 12th tribe, and the curse is over. And now is the time for rejoice. If you are aware of the things going on in Africa, then you are aware that Africa is decolonizing itself. Africans are kicking out the Western militaries that have colonized, that are guilty of colonization and enslavement of African people. They are being kicked out. Even here in America, where Donald Trump is supposed to be the worst curse that we can have as a president, it is not we who are in trouble. It is the enablers of colonization and slavery. It is those who have enabled the Synagogue of Satan, Revelations 2:9, Revelations 3:9, to commit their sins. It is they who are in trouble. Understand this. Donald Trump is the perfect representation of what America is. He is the perfect person to be president of the United States because he represents racism, greed, rape, and felony. He is the perfect archetype for the type people in the United States of America. Now understand this. If you are a Hebrew Israelite, you should have disconnected yourself from those who enable the Synagogue of Satan. However, if you are truly a Christian, not a white Christian, a black Christian who follows the 10 Commandments, who does not eat pork, who does not approve of gay marriages, Deuteronomy 22 verse 5, then you are to be saved. You are also to disconnect yourself from the insanity that we here today are privy to. And when I say the Spirit of God is spreading throughout the United States, speaking of African Americans, because we have disconnected from these marches against Donald Trump that is going on now. We have disconnected, and there was no leader. There was no Martin Luther King. There was no Malcolm X that told us to disconnect. It was Spirit. It was the wisdom of Spirit that disconnected us. Now, some of you may say, well, we are not God's chosen people. I don't believe we are God's chosen people. However, when the people who have enabled and wanted to be a part of those who crucify us come to us asking us for help, they are obviously saying that there is something different about us, something spiritual about us, if they believe that we can help them. Would you agree? Whether you agree or not, there are white pastors, ministers, and scientists who say through biblical, historical, and archaeological evidence that we are God's chosen people. But regardless of this, we have to disconnect from those people who support the Synagogue of Satan, the usurpers, the false Jews. Another thing I want to say that is this: do not make any Caucasian friends if you have not known them for a lifetime and they have not earned your trust. Do not trust them. They owe reparations, whether they're people colonized or enslaved our people, because they are the enablers of racism. The rich oligarchs, of which Donald Trump is a part of, who are guilty of slavery and colonization. Well, the middle class and the poor whites, Caucasians, were their enablers, were their support. Understand this: when you look at the wealth in the United States and you understand that only 3% of the United States owns about 75 to 80% of the wealth, the only way they can do this is with their enablers. And now their enablers realize that they have been hoodwinked, bamboozled. And as Malcolm X has said, the chickens always come home to roost. So African Americans, rejoice. Africans all over the world, rejoice. But separate yourselves from those who have helped with the colonization, enslavement, and the hatred that has been put against us for no reason whatsoever. The only thing our ancestors tried to do was to civilize the world. And that seems to be the mistake. Trying to civilize those people who didn't want to be civilized, who were happy with the way things were. I will say this. Now, if you go to my homepage, you will find out how to protect yourself from evil, from demonic forces. It is in the homepage. There is a natural antibiotic that you should make. You should follow the 10 Commandments. You should not eat pork and shellfish or fish without scales. You should not participate in homosexuality. Deuteronomy 22, verse 5. Understand this. The Bible is a book of African history, but the Kabbalion teaches our African spiritual mystery system. You read that, and it will better help you to understand the Bible. It will better help you to understand the Bible. You read it with the Bible, in conjunction with the Bible. And once you read it and understand it, then you will better understand what is taught in the Bible. You see, Caucasians can read it, can read the Kabbalion, but they will never understand it. Just like they did not understand that music had a beat. Music had a beat. They didn't know it until we showed them that music had a beat. They also were not aware that music had rhythm to it. You see, these are things that we can feel. These are things that separate us. Understand this. We are Homo sapiens. We are Homo sapiens. Melanated people are Homo sapiens. Caucasians are Neanderthals. When we were civilized, they were still living in caves. Our mistake is a mistake that people always make. When you are an intelligent person, you expect other people to be as intelligent. And if not, you feel that all you have to do is show them the way. But understand this. People only hear what they want to hear. And that is why Hebrew Israelites, true Christians, true African Christians, true Caucasian Christians will understand my message. True Caucasian Christians will understand my message. Because see, truth is a matter of choice. Bias is a matter of choice. And when you live in truth, then you will, of course, understand my message. God bless. Peace be unto you. And I will go on to add this. What we call a curse was actually an initiation. Because I wonder how many Hebrew Israelites will grasp what I'm saying. How many Hebrew Israelites will follow the enablers, will become an enabler of Revelations 2:9, 3:9. Be blessed.